Yes, I do.
Anyways, I was like, man, like, what makes IO so good? And I think it's, obviously a lot of things. And I'm not an expert on IO because I've never played him, but just the fact that he can go to anywhere on the map and get you out or help you kill somebody, you know what I mean? Like, global strat, bro. Like, we need to get a global strat going. I think that's what makes it so good. And I was like, well, I can just play Spirit Breaker anyway, so I can charge him around the map, and I can stun him at the same time. And, being in a pub game, it'll be a lot easier to win with a Spirit Breaker than with the IO, I think, just because you do have those stuns. And you have that, like, they can see me charging, and they can time when they help. But, like, with IO, like, I'll say it, and, well, they speak Spanish, so they don't know what I'm saying, and then I just pop up, and I'm like, why the hell didn't you?
Do you really have that many people speaking Spanish?
Absolutely,
I don't have that many.
Every game. Every game.
I don't feel like I have that many.
Well, I've been playing in US West, so not every game now. But if I'm in US East, yes, every single game. There's at least 2 or 3.
I have not had it been as bad recently the past couple months, but I'm not playing as many games as you either. So.
Believe it or not, I played with a Russian.
I'm sure they may not.
Which I never see. I never play Russian. So, like, I know everyone's all, Russian-y, like, in Europe, like, oh, fuck Russians or whatever, but, I mean, I thought it was fine. He was playing fine.
Well, that's what they say about the difference between Russians and Peruvians, is they're kind of comparable, but a lot of times with Russia, I think it has to do with the age difference. In South America, a lot of the people playing are kids in LAN cafes, where Russia is more likely to have an older demographic playing.
Well,
maybe.
he was at least speaking English.
Well, I'd say somebody in Russia is more likely to speak English than in Peru. Honestly.
Really?
Probably.
I
don't know. That could be wrong.
I don't know either. I'm complete. I have no idea.
I could be wrong.
But anyways, we're kind of getting on tangent here. Let's get back. We have some topics that we need to talk about. So, there's new heroes that were introduced in TI.
Yeah. They didn't give a name, so did they?
I think we know the name of the fairy thing.
Little fairy?
Yeah.
Is that a boy or a girl, you think? Or you think it's like a puck?
It's definitely a girl.
It's a puck.
No, it's a girl for sure.
I think it's like...
No.
I think it's an androgynous dude.
No, it's a girl.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Why you say that?
Because it looks like a girl.
Hey, it's 2017.
That's true. That is true. Well, then I don't know.
What do you think they're gonna? What do you think they're gonna be? I think that the little armadillo dude's gonna be fun. I think he's gonna be.
I think he's gonna have a built-in break, as in like a Silver Edge. He's gonna have a built-in like passive break
because of him knocking off the quills on Bristleback in the trailer.
I guess that is a passive, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what you buy Silver Edge for.
Yeah. Then yes.
Well, why did you think he was going to have a break before that?
What do you mean?
What was your reasoning for thinking he was going to have a break if that wasn't it before?
I don't remember.
I think that's what it was.
Maybe that's where it was rooted.
I think that's what it was. I think we talked about it. The little fairy guy is cool, or girl, whatever he is, she is.
But the break though. Like, that's me so OP.
I think he's going to have...
That's me so OP, dude. If you see a PA, alright, fine.
I think he might have, like, a rolling stun, similar to, like, Earth Spirit.
You think so?
He kind of winds up in his... Like,
what if it's a targeted ability?
It might be.
That would be sweet.
I think
because Earth Spirit's hard to hit that roll.
I don't know.
I mean, it's not a targeted ability. It's not that easy.
It's also delayed. That's part of the reason it's so difficult. Because it doesn't just roll automatically. I don't know. I think he's going to be good. I think
Dude, I think it's going to be awesome. Especially if he does have a break where he fucks up passive abilities. But then again, we also thought Monkey King would have True Strike.
I think the little fairy guy is going to be something really...
Fairy girl. Well, okay.
The little fairy.
Okay.
Fairykin.
Okay. Is
going to be... have some sort of mechanic that is just like... very strange. That's kind of like, I wouldn't say groundbreaking, but like something very unique, like an invoker mechanic where he does that, or like a meepo mechanic. Something about it is going to make it difficult to play and super unique about it. I think the armadillo guy is going to be unique, but
he's going to be an agility carry hero who just has a passive or two.
That's what everybody thought Monkey King was going to be too. And then look at him now. I guess he can still carry. He can still carry.
Yeah, I mean, he carried against us just now.
Did he? He lost.
That's true. That's true. We did beat him, but he was
good.
Honestly,
that was just a bad lane, dude. That's not a good lane to go in a Marana against it. Honestly, it was just rough.
It was rough. I think if I were to have another try, like that's the first time I've ever laned 1v1 Marana versus Monkey King. Only time I've ever done it. If you were to give me a second chance right now, I would do better.
You were also getting denied creeps because that Lich was there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Which Lich?
Yeah, that's true. It wasn't 1v1. It was 1v2.
For the most,
it was 1v2 the whole time, and I mean, I didn't really die. I mean, I did die once. I think once or twice.
Twice, yeah, I think so.
But I think if I were to have another chance, I wouldn't have died because I kind of understand that lane now. But again, experience. That's just what Dota is. But
speaking of Lich. It's fucking
Lich is good.
Made a resurgence in TI, didn't
Lich
he?
is good.
He
plus 9 armor, and with that armor, if you hit someone that he puts armor on, they also have an attack slow and a movement slow. I think that's an incredible ability that everyone overlooks.
Hey, Shadow Blade on
Lich.
That's the EE build. The
Are you serious?
build. Yeah,
so
they lost that game, but
oh my gosh.
He was saying that it was difficult in Group A because he thought Group B, the meta was so much more far advanced than Group A, so it was harder for teams in Group A to beat Group B when it got to the main stage at the beginning, at least, because in Group B the meta developed faster than it did in Group A, which is kind of interesting.
So that's a very good point about it developing during TI. In past TIs, there's just been like, okay, here's the 4 heroes. Whoever picks them or bans them first wins. But Dota's in such a good spot right now, and it's so balanced. I think it's super balanced right now.
Every year,
Necro's really good, but
every year I think TI has it's the meta is in the best place it's ever been, and I think how can it be better than the year before? And it always gets better. Since TI5,
I don't know, man. In the past, I've been like, don't fucking pick Luna this game. I don't want to see Luna this game. Or I don't want to see Leshrac this game. Or I don't want to fucking see somebody.
But last TI, they picked just as many heroes.
Like, I think last year, Lena was in like 80% of games or something. Like, either picked or banned. And like, I don't know. I'm just saying that I think the hero pool was way larger this year.
Well, no, it is about the same in terms of heroes played.
Well, I don't know about heroes played, but I think the heroes weren't just played once; they were played 2 or 3 times.
Styles that were so different. Like all these top tier teams were playing different styles of Dota. Like you had split pushing, you had 4 protect 1, you had team fight heavy, you had early game death ball. And all of them were played by top tier teams, and all of them were effective in one way or another at some point. And that's what made this TI so good. Games wise, is because all these different styles were viable, and it wasn't like, okay, who's going to be the best team fight composition, or who's going to have the best death ball. It was somebody's playing this.
Which strategy's going to win?
Which strategy's going to win? Yeah, and it was that's what I think would made it so much better than last year's. Because I understand what you're saying. Last year was in a really good place. I do remember saying to myself that this is the best Dota's ever been. And I fully believed that then, and I fully believe it now too. I think Dota is only getting better, which is crazy because I'm sure shortly they're going to have a patch and it's going to be a whole new game.
Well, right. Last year was a completely different game this year. There weren't talent trees.
Yeah.
Honestly, whenever they introduced talent trees, I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? But I think it was just me being a little sour for change, but now that we've been playing it, I love it, dude. I love talent trees. It just adds that little bit more
variability.
Variability, yeah, it just adds more, and that's what I love. Those are the heroes I love that have variability.
The ones that aren't so cookie cutter.
Right.
You have...
It isn't
options.
AM. Like, you don't have to go Battle Fury into Manta, into Abyssal. Like, you don't have to do that. I love heroes that don't have to do that. So, yeah, I love it, man. It's just... It is in a good place now, I think, and hopefully it'll be an even better place next year, which it probably will. They do a good job, man.
I don't know. I hear it's a dead game.
It's not a dead game. I refuse to think it's a dead game, but
hey, if you read Reddit long enough, you start believing it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
There's so many.
But
people.
anyways, those two heroes, I'm so excited about both of them. I cannot wait. Whenever it popped up on the screen, I was like, "Oh my god, a fucking armadillo, bruh!" Like, do you remember how bad I was freaking out when we were watching that? Dude, I was freaking out when I was seeing that, and then
the
second came out, and I lost it. Oh, I cannot believe they're bringing two heroes. I'm so excited for it. Like, I just can't wait. But the bad thing is I think it's going to be a while before that patch is introduced, because I think they like to give us some time to play on the patch that we saw the International on.
I mean, I think it'll be like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
probably. I don't think it'll be like
a month, no. But
a month or anything. But
still, I wanted it already.
I want
you know
it
what I mean? Yeah.
I want it today. No, I do too. I always want. That's the thing about Dota. Like, I know in other games, people like CS:GO, for example, they get so mad. It's run by Valve as well because they say they put so much more attention into Dota and there's so many more patch updates. But the thing is, when we get patch notes in Dota, people get excited and people love it, even if there's things in it that they're like iffy about. For the most part, I've never seen a patch, at least when it was released, that people are like, oh, this patch is going to suck. I mean, towards the end of the patch, sometimes they get stale a little bit.
Yeah.
But I've never seen somebody, when it's released, be like, oh, this is going to suck at the very beginning.
No, everyone's just excited that there's a patch and there's a change.
Exactly, but for these other games, if you fucking add a new gun to CSGO or whatever, people lose their minds, and they hate it.
Yeah.
Every time, man. And... you know, why would you give a patch to that kind
That
of
is a good point.
You know?
That is a good point.
We love Ice Frog.
Ice Frog is awesome.
Ice Frog's the best goddamn game developer in video game, in competitive gaming.
I love it, man. It's just, I don't know, man. I love patches. I love reading patch notes. I love trying to come up with strategies. You know, I love trying to find the new meta thing before other people do. It's awesome, man.
Dota does such a... When I first started getting into Dota, I was like, oh, this is lame. There's only one map or something like that when I first started playing.
Yeah. And then, whenever you introduced it to me, I was like, so is this just one of the maps? You're like, no, this is like the only. I was like, what? That's so lame. I was like, that's so lame.
And then you start playing it, and it does such an amazing job of keeping the game fresh no matter what. Because all games are different. All games are different in some way.
Yeah, and I mean, they change things that are even, you know, like tree paths.
Yep.
You know, like they change tree paths. Like you add a tree somewhere. Like they change things, and that tree fucking matters because it's beside a lane that's contested early, and it gives you an escape. Like every little change is big.
Do you remember they took away the tree that was in front of a roach pit when it was back on the other side of the map? And people were a little upset about that because that was big for like someone like Timber Salt. That's a big like chasing mechanism. You know what I'm saying? It affects balance. Everything affects balance. Now, maybe not so much trees like in the side. I mean, it does a little bit with like juke paths.
Like I said, like the juke paths and stuff. I mean, that is big.
But it's everything matters in Dota, and that's what I love about it. Dota is a beautiful game.
Well, all right. Next topic here. We have a few. How about we talk about some of the changes in the professional scene? This is a new era. This is a new season. People were leaving teams, getting kicked off teams, and everything. So,
as of right now, there's not hardly anything that's official.
Right.
Right now, nobody's really put out. The only thing that I know for sure is official is I know Virtus Pro has said there's going to be no changes, which is good. I'm glad Virtus Pro has no changes. I think they're,
that's a good team, man.
It's a good team, and they keep playing together. They're only going to get better.
By the way, did you see where Team Empire did their little analysis of the MMRs?
No.
You didn't. Okay, so